Welcome back. Continuing our series on the business of college football. Last week, we met with Ohio State General Manager Mark Pantoni. He oversees Ohio State's roster and name, image, and likeness efforts. Now, to build a roster in the modern game, collectives are essential. They're the nonprofit organizations set up to benefit student athletes through NIL opportunities. Collectives are where the money comes from, and if you want to compete today, money matters.
You know, they call it the Wild Wild West, which it really is. You have to be on board because we have no choice.
Brian Schottenstein, along with former OSU quarterback Cardale Jones, are the drivers behind the foundation. It stemmed from a conversation in 2021 about the rapidly changing rules in college sports.
I didn't even know what a collective was at the time. I did some research and looked into it. So I called Cardale. I'm like, hey, there's this, these things called collectives. There's some coming up from the South, in SEC schools. I feel like if we don't have this at Ohio State, we're going to get left behind.
Ohio State partners with two main collectives to support the football program, the Foundation and the 1870 Society. The Foundation is a 501c3 organization partnering with numerous local charities where athletes are compensated to make appearances and endorsements. In 3 years, the Foundation has signed more than 100 NIL deals with Ohio State athletes, and determining what the collectives can offer can still prove confusing.
We kind of look to see what our current guys are making, and then we base it off of that. That's really the best way we can gauge. And we're not allowed to talk to the coaches about dollar amounts either, so that makes it really difficult. We're out trying to figure it out on our own.
It's challenging to making sure the quality of the roster is fair and equal. Because there's only so much money to go around. There's not an owner like in the NFL writing a check. All our guys are on one-year contracts for the most part, and because the market keeps evolving, it only takes one school to change a market.
We're going to continue to follow all the rules and regulations. We meet with compliance, regularly, so make sure we're doing things the right way.
Athletes cannot sign a contract with a collective until they are officially enrolled and on campus for school. And for transfer athletes, they must be officially in the NCAA transfer portal before collectives can make contact.
We brought in Caleb Downs, Julian Sayin from Alabama. We were told that we have better NIL here at Ohio State.
It was like recruiting on steroids for me.
Caleb Downs' arrival at OSU is an interesting case. He recently announced his own NIL partnership with a company called LaunchPoint.
If you want to make more NIL cash, download the LaunchPoint app.
He says his relationships built with OSU and the foundation paved his path here.
I don't really think it caused me to shake at all during this experience, but I feel like it was handled at a really high level.
OSU Athletic Director Ross Bjork says the collectives have combined to raise more than an estimated $20 million to support this year's football roster, hoping to set the pace in the new arms race.
Our two collectives, the Foundation and 1870, have done a tremendous job of raising money for the program, and that can't be done without an incredible fan base and incredible donors. Otherwise, this would not be possible.
We're going to have to continue to raise, 15, 20 million, and numbers could go up every year. So we still need support from Buckeye Nation. The more money raised, the better your team's probably going to be. Whether you like NIL or not, it's here to stay.